Typhoon Kalmaegi once again drew global attention after battering central Vietnam on the night of November 6, 2025. After causing severe damage in the Philippines, the tropical cyclone moved swiftly westward across the South China Sea and made landfall in Gia Lai and Dak Lak provinces on Thursday night local time. Kalmaegi brought winds exceeding 140 kilometers per hour and relentless torrential rain that lasted for hours. As the storm struck, the sky turned pitch black, accompanied by thunderous roars shaking the ground. Thousands of homes were destroyed, trees toppled and blocked roads, and power outages swept across much of central Vietnam. Main roads in several cities turned into raging rivers. In the chaos, residents fled for safety, while rescue teams struggled through heavy rain and mud to reach victims trapped in flooded areas. The Vietnamese government reported at least 5 deaths, 3 in Dak Lak province and 2 in Gia Lai province. However, authorities warned that the number could rise as many remote areas remained inaccessible. Thousands of residents were evacuated to safety shelters, such as schools and government buildings. Many lost their homes, belongings, and livelihoods overnight. The destruction caused by Kalmaegi extended far beyond residential areas. Public infrastructure, such as bridges, highways, and power and communication networks, suffered severe damage. Power poles collapsed across many regions, cutting electricity to thousands of homes. Airports in central provinces were temporarily shut down due to extreme winds. Economic activity came to a halt. The central government quickly deployed the military and emergency response units to deliver aid and restore logistics in the hardest-hit regions. Vietnam's Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment reported rainfall exceeding 300 millimeters in some areas within 24 hours. This intensified the risk of flash floods and landslides in mountainous regions. Valleys surrounding Gia Lai and Dak Lak became high-risk zones, while the meteorological agency warned that more heavy rain was expected in the coming days.
Ui, cái gì lớn không?
Along the coast, towering waves smashed into the shoreline, destroying fishing boats and docks. Many fishermen lost their equipment and vessels. In Binh Dinh and Quang Hoa provinces, several fishermen who failed to return to port before the storm were reported missing, and rescue teams continued searching in dangerously rough seas. The storm struck just days after Kalmaegi devastated the Philippines, where it killed more than 100 people and displaced thousands. The wave of destruction across the region has once again highlighted the urgent need for Southeast Asian nations to strengthen disaster preparedness and climate resilience amid increasingly unpredictable weather patterns. Vietnam's government had issued emergency warnings in early November, but Kalmaagi's intensity far exceeded forecasts. The National Weather Center in Hanoi described it as one of the strongest storms in recent years, with central pressure dropping to 945 millibars, an indicator of its immense destructive power. By Friday morning, November 7, 2025, conditions in central Vietnam began to improve, although many areas remained submerged. Rescue teams worked tirelessly to evacuate residents trapped on rooftops and upper floors. Supplies of food, clean water, and medicine began arriving from nearby provinces. The government announced emergency plans to restore electricity and reopen major transportation routes. Yet, amid recovery efforts, fear still lingered. The rain had not completely stopped, and the sound of strong winds reminded survivors of the terrifying night when Kalmaegi hit. Children wept in evacuation centers as parents tried to comfort them despite their own anxiety. Vietnam's meteorological agency predicted that Kalmaegi would continue moving northwest and weaken as it entered Laos. Still, its aftermath, heavy rainfall and unstable terrain, would continue to affect central and northern Vietnam for several days. The government urged people to remain alert for secondary disasters such as landslides and flash floods.
Nguyên nhân có nhiều chứ nhưng mà nó
Chậu cái bảng nó sụp luôn.
đợt này là mạnh bự nhất.
Bảng US sụp luôn không?
US rất mấy miếng.
Typhoon Kalmaegi serves as a stark reminder that Southeast Asia faces an escalating threat from climate change. Increasingly frequent extreme weather events are no longer just natural phenomena, but urgent warnings for nations to strengthen disaster response systems and accelerate adaptation strategies.
Làm không hết, đừng báo lịch sử. Hồi giờ đó, hồi xưa mình ở đây đây, đó. Giờ mình ở đây, giờ mình trúng mặt đây. hết mặt trước bỏ hết tóc máy bỏ hết nước là đi nha. Đây màu xưa nó không kịp.